just wanted to start my video out and say thank you to everybody that's been subscribing to this channel. In my book, every subscriber is a win, and you guys are very important to me. So I've got some subscriber suggested content coming up over the next couple of weeks. But fortunately tonight, as I'm recording this, I've had a pretty rough weekend, so I want to go with a subject today that I know really well off the back of my hand, and I feel like a lot of you may have questions in your mind about this. I'm going to discuss different techniques and uses for, the spinning technique, which if you're not familiar with the spinning technique, it's one of my very first videos. There's going to be a link down in the description for how to apply that. I even got my assistant Ty on that one. But for a recap, to perform the spinning technique, you would find a feeling that you want to change. You would close your eyes, point to where you feel it, and notice there's a color, a series of colors. Identify what that color is. And notice which direction it's spinning in. Then you would want to reach into your body, eyes still closed, and then you would want to physically pull that feeling, that color, out of your body. After you've taken it out, look at it in your hand, notice which direction it's spinning. And to reverse the feeling, go back to something more amicable, you take it, you would spin it in the opposite direction. Now, if you want to amplify a feeling, something that's positive, you would spin it in the same direction and that feeling would get stronger. Now, those are the practical uses, the basic, the most common use of that technique. But another use for that technique would be if you were, say, wanting to create a state for yourself, if you're familiar with state control and NLP. What you would do is you would do your normal breathing, color breathing technique, which is another video on my channel about color breathing. And you would, of course, find it, spin it in the same direction. So it would be used as a state control technique. If the technique is faint, when you're trying to go where the state feels faint, you can always amplify with that. I recommend, if you're going to be going on stage to do some public speaking and you suffer from stage fright, take some time to go to the bathroom and reverse it. And using your body language and breathing, hold the posture and maintain that state. And if you're interested in having me elaborate on state control more, I'd be more than willing to go ahead and elaborate on more state control drills in the future. Just go ahead and post that in the comments for me. But if you're going to use spinning, it's important to know you really can't screw it up as long as you follow the process. The important thing to do is to let it process and let your mind and body go through the feelings it needs to go through, because your subconscious knows best. And as you're going through spinning, you may notice that every time you use it, it feels a little bit different. And that's just part of the way that your neurology is going to process the use of that technique. Also, if you want to use it for law of attraction work, as you're building your images, like in my previous video, which most of the techniques that I'm showing here are stacked together and work in a system of some method. As you are going through and building your images using what I call the IMAX, or as some call the magic frame, or frame game, when you feel that tension as you're building that frame, go ahead and spin that out. Reverse that feeling, reverse that problem. Because what that'll allow you to do is slip into that state and build that good feeling into that image so that you're able to produce that manifestation more readily. And those are the major uses that I personally use the spinning technique for. Some really cool stuff you can do is if you're a hypnotherapist, you could actually have somebody hand you the color or the energy, and you could reverse the spin yourself and give it back to them, and it'll have a similar effect. If you notice that when you go to use this technique that it isn't spinning, ask yourself and ask your subconscious, what should I do with this? And the first answer will be the correct one. It's important to know that the very first thing that you notice or comes to mind is the correct answer every time. And if you feel like the answer is just not coming to you, make an arbitrary decision and say, you know what, I've decided. Your very first decision is going to be the correct one. If you have any more questions about this technique, leave them in the comments, and I'll either answer you in the comment section or I will make a video about it. To close this off, the spinning technique is not something that was developed by me. It was developed by David Snyder, who discusses this a lot in his lectures if you want to go to his channel. And a lot of the techniques I discuss on this channel, he covers in many of his lectures. A lot of times I just drill down on certain specifics that either he hasn't covered or people ask me about. I think that's going to be it. Once again, thank you to everybody that subscribed to me the past several weeks, giving me views, likes, comments. All of that stuff has been greatly appreciated by me, and every subscriber I get I count as a win as this channel continues to grow. And as this continues to grow, you know, I am able to focus more and more attention as as this becomes a more and more prominent feature of my practice. If you want to be able to contact me more directly, you can find me on Instagram under Evan Rada Official. Contact me through my Facebook page, facebook.com/RadaTransformations, or go to my website at RadaTransformations.com, and those links will be in the description. Thank you very much.